cold day in December 2015. I was trying to find a game to play with Ruby on Steam. Usually I play the game while Ruby does the voices. Literally nothing left to play, we're running out of choices. Brains collapsed, completely trapped, we ran in desperation. Nothing works, we'll make our own, we said in exhilaration. Hand in hand we stepped inside the world of game creation. Guess they say necessity's the mother of invention. Listed everything we love so that we could combine them. RPGs, dating sims, supernatural fiction. Mysteries like Sherlock Holmes were also inspiration. Anchor Islands in Japan, a shared infatuation. Days and weeks, a month flew by, and boy does time fly fast. And after all this hearty work, here it is at last. P-U-R-R-F-E-C-T. It's not bestiality. P-U-R-R-F-E-C-T. It's just love in actuality. Perfect date announcement. This is the date it goes on sale. Perfect date announcement. Come for the pussy, stay for the tail.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and after that introduction, you will know everything you need to know about the origins of Perfect Date. It's Halloween. Halloween? No, it's not Halloween. It's Valentine's Day. What am I talking about? It's Valentine's Day. So, you know, tradition says I have to play some sort of lovey-dovey game, perhaps, maybe, meh. So why not a game about cats and going on dates with cats? I saw another streamer play this over Christmas, Jane, and I thought I'd have to give it a go myself. Let's just get into it, shall we? It's so crazy. So come play through, no gaming process. I've literally seen this on stream. I haven't played it yet myself, so this is literally first time playing. You can see there are 18 different endings to the game. We're not going to do all of this tonight, I imagine. And there are also a few different secrets, so 6 chapters, okay, maybe we'll get a ending tonight. But I doubt we'll get them all. Let's see how we get along anyway. Brand new game. So, I need to pick a person. Wow! Look how happy they are when I select them! Super happy! Pick me, pick me, pick me, pick me, pick me! Hey, pick me! Hey, pick me! Hey! Right, so I need to pick a person. She looks like the one from, she looks like the smart one from Orphan Black. Like, the smart orphan that does all the biochemistry stuff. She looks like that! Okay, maybe not there, but she does there! We've got, yes. We're all very generic. We'll go with, hey, how we doing? How you doing? Hey, check out my red necklace. I got a flat top. Red necklace dude or Mr. Blue Shirt? Let's go red necklace dude. And your name will be, Tomboy. Tom. No! Everybody knows him. He's the best of them all. He's the top cat. Autosave notification. This game supports an autosave feature. Please don't turn off the game while it's saving. I'm an angel, and I accept. I'm a devil, and I reject. Aww. Chapter 1. I'm not sure how long we've been sailing, but it feels like forever. I'm not feeling too well now, so it's a huge relief to hear the deck lad shout. Island approach! Make yourself ready, says Joe. I'm finally here. When I applied last month, I was just another broke student living off baked beans. It's a staple diet, baked beans, good in fiber. Beans, they're good for your heart. The more you eat, the more you're moving on. And didn't really think I had a chance of being accepted to be part of the prestigious Cat Island research team. Ooh. Yet, here it is! The black dot in the distance growing bigger by the second is the infamous Cat Island. The place I will call home for the next few months. So, I apologize for the cat puns when they come out. I'm no doubt they'll absolutely be perfect, but, you know, they're gonna happen. My heart momentarily skips a beat. What if there's been a mistake? What if they accepted somebody else's application and accidentally sent the offer to me? I rummage about my bag until I find their papers. Apparently, that's the sound I make when I rummage through my bag. I've got lots of paperwork in my bag. Yeah, it's a thing. Aha! I have found the paper! DPRI, DP Corporation. Derek Top Cat. We are pleased to be able to offer you the position of a research assistant to Professor Pauper at our research facility on Cat Island. The position will be for an initial period of 8 weeks. Your contract will be sent separately. We look forward to working with you. Yours sincerely, Professor Pauper, PhD, BSc, Honors, DPG. No mistake. That's my name. Right there in the top left corner. Top Cat. And there's his name right on the bottom. The genius behind this whole operation. Professor Pauper. Science genius. And my new boss. I look up from my papers and see dry land rapidly approaching before us. It seems to be surrounded by a huge barrier of impenetrable black rock. As we get closer, we're no longer slowing down, and I begin to worry that we're going to crash into them. Then, at the very last moment, we take a sharp turn to the left, and suddenly we're sailing smoothly towards the jetty, through an opening in the rocks. Look at the like seagulls. I blow out a breath that I've been holding in and break a smile. That's the sparkle on my tooth as I smile. Okay, there we go. Look, he's super happy. Nicely done, Skipper. The ferryman comes out from behind the steering wheel, ignoring my attempts to camaraderie, and shouts rather brusquely. Yes. Words. Take all your belongings. We won't be back for days, so don't leave nothing you'll need. Thanks, Bob. Your profile picture does nothing for you, Bob. Your eyes are completely different. I hope your passport picture is a little bit different. And you seem to have grown a neck. The distance between your neck on here and on here is quite significant. Congratulations, you have got taller. Was this like big head mode when you were a kid? Also, your hat is a little bit floppy here, but it's not quite so floppy here. Good for you. Anyway, thank you! I smile weakly at the ferryman and his son and pick up my bags, ready to disembark. We glide seamlessly up the wooden jetty, and the son leaps ashore to tie us off. He's greeted by a bulky man in a uniform, who I take to be a security officer of some kind. Officer Hops? Oh, Zane Jones. Joe! Sir. Called you a mouse. And then he laughs loudly. Although it's the funniest thing he's heard. It's very disconcerting. The security guard remains surly and turns his attention to me. Surly. Surely, it must be Surly. Stop calling me Surly. Let's be having you then, Zane Jones. He holds out his large hand, which I assume is an offer to help me off the boat. But as I reach out to take it, he snatches it away, throwing me off balance so that I almost fall over the side. What a great start! ID card? Oh, I see. Of course. I reach into my back pocket and hand over the laminated card I was given on the mainland. Name, Top Cat. Date issue, 1st of the 1st, 2017. Meow. He's the regular Top Cat. He barely looks at it before striding off, grunting over his shoulder. I don't think he was expecting me to have acceptable ID. This way. I follow him down a dirt track path and get my first proper view of the island. It's beautiful, lush and green. I'm already under its spell. Welcome to the haunted forest. After no more than a couple of minutes trekking, we're at base camp, which consists of an assortment of tents and huts. Okay. Among them are 2 more solid-looking structures, one larger and one smaller. I presume these are the labs. I think they got like clothes on the washing line kind of thing here. There seem to be assortments of fruit and blue things. Oh no, it's a little drinking thing. I can't think of the name. Drinking bowl. Also, these are bananas? Banana trees? No, banana trees are like down here. They're not up here. Palm trees. Maybe they're palm trees. Anyway. The whole camp is moderate, but functional. It reminds me of an army outpost. I'm struck by the lack of people. In fact, there's no one around apart from an older woman sitting outside, peeling a pile of potatoes. I smile and give her a little nod, but she just stares back at me. Miss Marigold, do you have marigolds? I try not to get paranoid. Yeah. He stopped at the largest of the gems, indicating that I should go inside. But is there someone already here? There seems to be a shoes, a bag, and a stick? I feel rude just walking in, so I make my presence known first. Howdy doody! Is Officer Dibble around? Hello? A firm but friendly voice calls out. Nice hair. You've got like a Bill Nye characteristic towards you. Except you've got a normal tie, not a bow tie. Sort that out. Oh, what a mess! I walk in, and there he is, hunched over some documents. The great Professor Pauper! Sir, it's an honor to meet you! Yes, you must be Top Cat. Come on in, my dear. My dear? There's a bit, I don't know. I don't know if you should be calling me my dear right now. Glad to have you on board. Good journey. Well, long. Yes, indeed. We're rather tucked away in here. He suddenly turned yes. Anyway, let me offer you some refreshment. Water, coffee, something stronger, perhaps whiskey? I'm fine, thank you. Just some water if you have some. It would be rude to let you drink your whiskey on your own. I'd love a cup of tea if there's a pot on the go. If you know me, it's always tea. I'd love a cup of tea. There's a pot on the go. Ah, I can tell you're new. The tea here tastes like cat's pill. You really don't want to drink it. Blech. He pours me a cup of coffee from his canteen and said, it's a good thing I like coffee. It will take you a while to find your way around and discover how it all works, so for today, I thought I would just get you all kitted out, and maybe introduce you to some of the locals, the cats, that is. I believe you've already met the most of the human locals. Oh, I've only met the ferryman and the security guard who put me here? Yes, that's about it. And the lady outside? Ah, Miss Marigold. Her and her husband are the caretakers. Wonderful couple, the Marigolds. You'll meet them before too long. We're a tidy little family here, Top Cat, and I'm sure you'll fit in nicely. Thank you, sir. I hope so. Okay, so, first things first. This is your basic kit. He begins to go through the pile of things on his desk, explaining each of them in turn. This is your backpack. You can put everything in it. Of course, that's generally what you do with backpacks. What else would you do? You're not exactly going to hang it on the wall and admire it, are you? We'll be going on plenty of field trips, so it'll be very useful. As will your own water bottle. some disinfectant hand spray. Is it Purogel? I like Purogel. There are other brands available. These are heavy-duty reinforced gloves, which are essential when tagging cats out in the wild. Don't want any scratches from felines. We don't know now, do we? Sounds very suspicious. Also, is this a fish? It's like a fish. Like a smiley face. There's an eye and there's its tail. It's got a little flipper thing, fin, gill thing down there. This guy really needs to... For a scientist, this is a really messy place. That's all I'm going to say. He's got like a hard hat here. He's got plans on the floor. He's got a bin over here. It's like last night's dinner. At least he hasn't left any food. It's like last night's dinner is here. Knife on the floor. That's not safe. And a nice cup. Boots. I suppose not. I shove each item into my new backpack as he gives them to me. Likewise, these goggles are to be brought along on all field trips. This lot here, he indicates a small pile of what looks like laundry. His basic uniform, lab coats, masks, stethoscope, etc., etc. Portable first aid kit, camping knife with all the tool attachments. Finally, and without doubt, most importantly, this! Is this like one of those? It's like a Pokédex for cats. He holds up something that looks a lot like a mobile phone, except it clearly isn't one. This is your... Oh, I wasn't expecting the game to be throwing cat... Oh, I suppose I should. Cat puns. This is your catalog. Oh, clever use of wordplay. Catalog? Yes. The name comes from the earliest version. It was initially designed to record and store data on the cats, scan them, and log their details. But as you see, we've come a long way since then. Now you can use it to communicate with the rest of our team. I've added everyone's contact details for you. Listen to music, take photos, there's even a pen that comes with it to insert microchips into the back of cats' necks so that we can keep a track of them. Handy dandy. It's a very, very valuable piece of equipment, Top Cat, and we really need you to protect it above all else. You understand? Save the catalog, save the world. Rainbow. Rainbow. He's looking at me directly in the eye and clearly expects a response. Yes, sir. Of course, I will look after it. I did just salute in real life there. Yep. Good. You'll get to know all the functions as you go along, but for now, I suggest we take a stroll out and see if we can't find a few friends to introduce you so that you can try it out. He hands me the gadget. I feel a bit nervous taking charge of it, but also really keen to have a go. We head down to the beach, the professor explaining things as we go. The mixture of terrain on Cat Island is quite unique. Even in such a relatively small area, you'll find forests, mountains, jungle, beaches, woodland, all of these different geological and ecological zones all in one place. It really is most remarkable. It certainly is. Even the lack of wildlife is, in itself, quite remarkable. What do you mean, Professor? Well, put simply, there's a type of force field that surrounds the island, disallowing anything to enter. What? What? You mean literally anything? Absolutely. No birds, fish, or creatures of any kind can penetrate it. What? Forgive my lack of intelligence on this subject, but, we're here? The professor lets out a disconcertingly loud laugh. I see what you mean. Well, there is of course one small break in this invisible wall, and that is where we built the jetty. But let's not get too bogged down in all this right now. What you do need to know is that basically the island is shaped like a peanut. Why is that important? He has picked up a nearby stick and draws a simple map in the sand. This is our end of the island. It's very well known to us now. We've been researching here for many years. The other end is not so familiar to us. We have encountered difficulties that have hindered our progress in the region. Oh, what? What was that? What type of difficulties, Professor? Well, we're not as sure as we'd like to be, but what I can tell you is that the environment has an adverse effect upon humans, introducing nausea at the very least. And the worst? Fainting, migraines, possible nerve damage. Gosh, that is serious. Who says gosh anymore, really? As I say, it's best to keep away, but let's not go into all that now, my dear. You've had a long day. For now, let's just say we refer to the far end of the island as the danger zone. With good reason. Is there a highway to it, I wonder? I must ask you to not put yourself at risk by venturing beyond this mountain range here. He refers to the map once more, drawing a line just past the center and an X through the end section. There are wild, aggressive cats out there. I wouldn't want you getting too close to them. This is where, like, the tigers and lions live, the big cats. Unlike our lovely fellows closer to home. He has led me to a spot where there are a few cats lounging about. What do you say we try out your catalog now, Top Cat? He stoops down and picks up one of the animals. A disgruntled-looking cat who is sleeping under the shade of a palm tree. The cat lets out a displeased meow, but doesn't struggle. Meow, meow. Its large body, it's like demon. This cat needs anti-red eye. It's some serious red eye going on right there. Its large body billowing with long orange fur just sort of hangs in the professor's arms in lazy resignation. Would you like to have a go at scanning this delightful chap? I find the on switch and somewhat timidly activated. Oh, it's beeping. The gadget immediately comes to artificial life, emitting a boop, 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 boop sound with a red pulsating light. Do we have to scan it on the nose? Do we have to boop it? I select the app labeled Cat Scan. And it loads instantly. There's no delay on this thing. The professor holds the cat towards me with arms outstretched. I'm sure he said the scanning chip is implanted into the back of the neck somewhere, but it's difficult to find this one's neck amidst the thick cloud of fur. It is a cloud. It's an orange cloud. I blow to make a parting and press the cat's catalog to its skin. It's a bit like scanning groceries in the supermarket where I used to work. Does it beep? Boop, boop. You just scan the cat. Just put it in the bag at the end. Oh dear. It's a cat carrier bag. That should do it. And he plops the Marmalade Tom back into the shade. Sure enough, upon withdrawal, I find the cat has been successfully scanned. Well, it would be a tough time to find out if it wasn't scanned, even though it beeped. It could have beeped and said, bad. Fluffy Boot. Meow. Fluffy Boot. Name, Fluffy Boot. Gender, male. Age, 10 years, 4 months. Breed, Red Tabby. Red Tabby Persian. Eye color, red. Fluffy Boot. It's so cute. Such a cute. Amazing! That's amazing! Clever, isn't it? A large part of your job here will be to tag and scan the cats, such as Mr. Fluffybutt here. But it looks like you have no problems at all in that area. Excellent work, Top Cat. Thank you, sir. I can't wait to get started. Well, why don't you get a bit more practice with the catalog and scan the rest of them while we're here? These 5 spent a lot of time together. They're like a little family. They're like a little family, aren't you? Oh, yes you are. Yes you are. Who's a good kitty? The professor seemed to be a genuine cat lover like me. I think we're going to get on great. Okay, here goes. No help this time. The professor steps back. The first cat I approach is very friendly, with a beautiful calico markings. It comes towards me, already purring. Ooh, it's Trixie. Trixie, name Trixie, gender female, age 3 years, 8 months, breed calico American shorthair, eye color green. A little one eye open, one eye goes purple tongue, purple tongue. Next is an elegant, sleek, hairless cat sitting gracefully in the sun. She doesn't pay me much attention and allows me to scan her with minimal fuss. Meow, Snooty Booty. Snooty Booty, name Snooty Booty, gender female, age 11 years old and 1 month, breed Sphinx, eye color blue. The other one with eye open, one eye closed. Snooty Booty. The fourth cat I approach is a noisy one. Noisy cat. Oh wow. McMurphy. Oh, hey, how we doing, McMurphy? Arr. Name McMurphy. Gender male. Age 6. Breed brown crossbreed. Well, that was very non-specific. Eye color green. And finally, the one I deliberately put off until last. He's been sulking around the edges of the activity, eyeing me suspiciously, as though he could pounce at any moment. I laugh at myself, already projecting personalities onto these animals. Gibbles! He's like happy here and then like down here. Oh, he's so fluffy! So fluffy! Kibbles, name Kibbles, gender male, age 3 years, breed white British long hair, eye color green. There's a lot of green-eyed cats. All done. I hope you enjoyed meeting some of the locals. The professor lets out a little laugh. I have a feeling you'll get to know them quite well in time. That's probably enough for your first day, don't you think? It's quite a lot to take in. I'm suddenly exhausted and grateful to be heading back to camp. It's quite late by the time I've unpacked and settled myself, but I want to write my journal entry before I sleep. Okay, so maybe just messiness runs in the scientific community, I'm guessing. Ain't got no time to clean up. We got sciencing to do. We gotta science the crap out of these cats. Is that a hydrant? Oh no, it's like a lamp. I did think, why would you have a hydrant inside a tent? He's got a water container in there. He's got a little radio. Little antenna coming out of it. Got a little car. Man, this guy packs everything. Bottle. Sock. Like, electronic pad. Knife, fork, spoon. Little cutting knife. Razor, scalpel. It's a very happy shirt. And he also brings his own camel. And apparently a radiator. Because why not? Okay, let's have a look at my journal. I'm surprised at how chilly it is. I've pulled my sleeping bag right up to my chin, but I still feel goose pimples bloom all over my arms. Shivering, I rub them to warm myself up. Oh, it's cold. It makes me smile to think that this inherent reaction to the cold is what's keeping my new feline friends warm tonight. My eyelids close, thinking of cats and the island and the... and the professor. The world around me drifts away as I float up into a dream. Error 404, dream not found. I'm not sure how long I've been asleep, but I wake with a violent jolt that leaves me sitting bolt upright. It's too dark to see anything. I hear a rustling and then a strange electronic noise. One that, in my sleepy confusion, I can't place right away. Beep, beep, beep. Boop, boop, boop. The catalog. Acting on instinct, I scramble to my feet and follow the noise out of the temp. I look around me. My fears are confirmed when I catch a sight of a pulsing red light, getting fainter in the distance, in the general direction of the forest. I snapped into action, running as fast as I can. Barefoot, dressed in my pajamas, running at full speed into the forest in the dark night. I must be crazy. The words of Professor Purrfect are running in my ear, ringing in my ears. I need you to protect it. All else. By pressure. Turns out Professor Purrfect is in fact Gollum. My legs are trembling beneath me. I stop feeling my heartbeat heavy throughout my body. I wheeze in and out. No, I can't do the wheezing. I wheeze in and out, my breath billowing in front of me in white puffs. I shouldn't feel like this. Why am I so dizzy? I try to get my bearings and realize I've blundered perilously close to the danger zone. Danger zone! I can just make out the shapes of some large animals in front of me before my eyes close and I drop to my knees. Oh no. Oh dear. Danger zone. Oh. Oh. ... I open my eyes. The calico cat I scanned yesterday is sitting in front of me. She drops the catalog at my feet. Trixie, wasn't it? Don't fight it? Did that just say don't fight it? I pass out. What? Something suspicious is going on here. I can now speak to cats? Fluffy butt. Hello? Can you hear me? Are you okay? Yeah, that is it. Don't be ridiculous, Kibbles. It's a human. Oh, yeah. Yeah. I can smell it now. It smells like a human. Oh, do be quiet. Are they alive? Of course it's alive. It's breathing, you imbecile. Why isn't it moving? Would ya? Come on and give me some space. Move back a bit. Yes, stand back. Move out of my way. Let me have a proper look. They begin to come to. The Sphinx cat is standing over me as I open my eyes. We stare at each other for a moment while I try to take in what's happening. Is this one defective? Ugh. Sick. I'm gonna puke. The cats watch me intently. Am I going insane? Oh, my head. What is it chattering about? They're scared and confused. Let me talk to them. Human? Are you alright? I remember, you took my catalog. Oh, but I gave it back to you. It's in your pocket, meow. Do you get it? Do you get it? Meow. I try to reach into my pocket and realize my hands are scratched to shreds. Ow, 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 ow. What's wrong with my hands? I try to stand. Ow, 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 my feet! What happened to me? Yeah. I guess that's from all the climbing. I told you it wasn't ready for that. What's that? Ready for what? Why is this guy not even freaked out by the fact he's talking to cats? Beyond the fact he said he was insane earlier. He's standing here having a conversation with 5 cats. Anyway, its anatomical structure is far too delicate. I tried to slow it down. Yeah, well, if you try restraining a human, who's that determined? It was like... It was like Margay. Its anatomical structure didn't seem that delicate to me. I was like, what? Doing what? You made your own way back to the beach? Ah, he's the Irish guy. Ah, you made your own way back to the beach. Okay, but that doesn't explain... I show my bleeding hands. Also, I am completely generalizing the guy called McMurphy being Irish, by the way. So, apologies if there are any non-Irish McMurphys out there. If I knew your accent, I would try to do it, and no doubt not do it any justice at all. I show them my bleeding hands. Ah, you called Cara. Cara? Who's Cara? That's not my name. It's a term of endearment. It's an Irish thing. Nailed it! That was a good call. It's inappropriate. Wait, I crawled? I don't remember crawling. You sure did. Like a cat? Yup. All the way from the mountains? Like a bleeding mountain lion. Impressive. But why? Because you got the sickness. Oh, that's not the Irish cat. Because you got the sickness. Shh. Maybe you should sit down, human. We need to have a talk. Possibly a long talk. Talk? Yes. That's right. Since when can cats talk? I'm finally at Cotton's on. Oh, for goodness sake, since we're at the dawn of time, how else do you think we communicate? Stop straining my whiskers, Major. You know full well what the human is saying. I think the revelation here, Cara, is that you can understand us. Yes, that too. Yeah, will someone explain to me what the hell is going on here? Well, we don't fully understand everything ourselves. At least, not all the details of how this works. I think being stored in a forest, surrounded by a bunch of talking cats, is about as much detail as anybody would want. I agree. And more to the point, we were rather hoping that you would be able to help us. You are the scientist, after all. What we do know is that the clock has started ticking for you. What do you mean? Well, there's no easy way to say this to you, Cara. You'd be catified. I'll be what? Whether you're here to help or not, you don't have a lot of time before... If I may, it would seem that we are basing this on our experiences to date. That when a human manages to find themselves in what I believe you call the danger zone, they are vulnerable in ways they are previously were not. That is to say, you're screwed. You're not helping. Don't make me. Oh, I'm out of line. There will be no violence of any kind. Forgive me for getting a bit panicked here. The vulnerability to which Snooty Booty was referring to is, simply put, if you are bitten or scratched by an elder cat within the danger zone, you will begin the process to change that ultimately that results in a full feline transition. Catified. So basically you're telling me I'm a Ware-cat? I look down, and amongst the scratches on my right hand are 2 distinct puncture marks. The reality of the situation descends on me like a cold mist. Basically, yes. My head is spinning. Woo! like a record, baby, right round, round, round. This is too much for me to take in. Take a breath now, Cara. You're not looking so good. What? Have I started to change? I feel my head ears. But everything seems to be normal. No. I just meant you're looking a bit shaky. Understandably so. It's not to mention you've got a tail. How cool would it be for humans to have tails? Anyway, I think of all the balancing you could do, and when you're bored, just sit there and play with your tail. Anyway, I'd take a few deep, steady breaths and calm myself. Enough to say, okay, so how? What? Give me some data. What have you got so far? Look, we'll answer anything that we can, but the truth is, we have more questions than answers ourselves. So, you said you need my help? What exactly would that entail? We'll find our friends would be a start. Cats on this island? They're going missing. We don't know what's happening to them, but the body count is rising. We've hit a wall. Wall of ignorance, maybe. Really? How many times do I have to tell you? The Muellers are to blame. Muellers? Now, Fluffy Bud, there is no need for name-calling. Speaking of name-calling, I'll remind you to call me Major, madam. Look, they can't help the way they are. It's a lack of breeding, you know. Overbreeding, if you ask me. Again, Muellers? They're the elder cats, the island originals. They can't speak the way we can. Hence the derogatory term, Muellers. And how are they to blame exactly? Well, if I knew that, there would have been no need for this elaborate kidnapping. It's hardly proving to be a roaring success after all. A roaring success. Look, Cara, all we need to know is that all we really know is that we're no longer safe on this island. These elders who live in the danger zone are hostile towards us. Not sure why. It's just always been that way. And now, because cats have been taken, nowhere else is safe either. Why, aye? Suddenly just went very northern. You expect the occasional mishap. We live in a domesticated world here, after all. But lately, cats have been disappearing almost every day. Even the last human we catified went missing. We catified? What? I'm sorry, what? Let's not open wounds, Kibbles. Yes, onwards and upwards. Top of the morning to you. Well, first things first. This Ware-cat thing. Catification. Transition. Whatever. How does it work? Time passes, then you transform into a cat. Yeah. It's a gradual process. It's different for everyone, but you won't just turn overnight. The clock is ticking, however. The first side effect of the transition is being able to understand us. Well, some of us. Not the elders, obviously. Not all the domestics either. Then you have the whole heightened senses thing. The increased agility, the crazy body hair stuff. Let's not worry the human with the details just yet. I assume there's an antidote? I am afraid you're going to be disappointed in that assumption. Hang on, you said there was someone else who you put in this position. Well, let's hope you're getting better bet than they were. Well, let's hope that you're a better bet than they were. That was a little bit. Unfortunately, they weren't able to discover an antidote or to get their friends back. I know where their notes are, though. Really? Trade. Huh? You help us, and we'll give you the progress reports. So what do you say, Kara? Will you help us? Well, let's help the kiddies. Not much of a choice, really, is it? Afraid not. Okay, fine. Oh, where do I start? Is there anything you can tell me that will help me track down your missing friends? Well, no one listened to said start with the Muellers. And I'll eat my hat if I'm suddenly turning all sorts of accents. Well, no one listened to sense. Why is he Irish? He's not Irish. He's the general cat. He's the major cat. He's the Major Tom. Major Tom! Hey, he's a Tom cat. Hey. Anyway, well, no one listened to sense. Start with the Muellers, and I'll eat my hat if it doesn't end there too. Don't mind him. He's set in his ways. We have every reason to believe the abductions take place in your part of the island. Yes, nowhere near the danger zone. Or the elders. Well, that doesn't make much sense. But I suppose nothing does around this place. My catalogue starts beeping. Oh, my alarm! I'll have to get to work. You run along now. We don't want you arousing suspicions with your people. You can meet with us later. I'll make sure these reports are in your tent before the evening. Thanks, Kara. You're one in a million. Imagine the odds are far greater than that given your new health status. Go. And thanks from all of us. I need a sip of drink. Oh, we now have a colourful tent. After a rather painful journey, I'm very grateful to finally limp into camp. I have just enough time to get myself tidied up for work, and I'm about to peel off my filthy pajamas when I hear my catalogue beeping. I have a message, but I can't tell who it's from. It's not from any of the contacts that Professor Hopper programmed into it. In fact, there's no contact information at all. Messages, unknown number. Are you sure it is wise to trust everyone? Anyone? What on earth does that mean? Who is this? There's a lot you don't know. Think carefully about who you confide in. What? Before I can think of a reply, the messages are gone, and my catalogue has no record of them. Suspicious. Very suspicious. Also, what are these? Are these pants? Purple pants. I don't have any time to think about this right now. I need to get ready. As soon as I'm presentable, I head over to the lab. I'm 10 minutes late. Doesn't give a good impression on my first morning. Ah, Top Cat. Good to see you. Head's beginning to worry. Did you oversleep on your first day? Terribly sorry, sir. I think the traveling and all the excitement of yesterday. I take punctuality very seriously. He cuts across my apology. Not to worry. It's perfectly understandable. You'll find I'm quite relaxed about most things. As long as you get the work done, I don't mind what hours you can give. Thank you, sir. So, how we get started? My goodness, what on earth has happened to you? He's looking at the scratches all over my hands. Oh, I fell and tried to save myself by grabbing onto a bush. What a secret drinker are you, Top Cat? Oh no, sir. I'm a bit of a lightweight, to tell you the truth. Ha, just teasing. We ought to get those hands sorted out, though. They look pretty nasty to me. He goes to the tall metal cabinet in the corner and takes out a bottle and some cotton wool. He begins cleaning and tending to my hands while he talks. For today, I'd like you to help me with a few tasks around the lab to get the hang of things. But from tomorrow, I'll let you make your own choices about how the best to carve up your time. Of course, you are primarily here to carry out your job as my research assistant. However, to try to make the most of your time on the island, once your work is completed, we'll be saying goodbye. This really is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, so don't waste it all in the lab. Naturally, I need to get your help around here, but I'd also like to get your hands dirty with some field work. Make sure you'll spend time exploring the island. It's a beautiful place, and there's a lot to see. Take the time to get to know the cats. A full understanding of their behavior is crucial to our research. There is plenty to see and do. However, you must be careful not to overwork. Take a regular rest and a relaxation. We don't want you to burn yourself out, now do we? Suddenly now Winston Churchill. I'll try to get the balance right. That's the spirit. So there you are. He's done a first-class job on my wounds, and they aren't bothering me nearly as much. I spend the rest of the day with the professor, getting to know the various pieces of the equipment in the lab. Finding out where everything is and learning some of the basic duties I will be performing routinely. By the end of the day, I'm exhausted and make my way to the tent. I'm about to flop down in my bed when I see a package poking out from underneath it. It's the reports that Kibbles promised me to deliver. The cats were right! The previous person barely made a start on producing the antidote. I'm gutted. I'm worried. What if I can't do any better? Will I just turn into a cat? I decide there's not an option and resolve to get my own research into it tomorrow. My instincts tell me that the cat's a good starting point. I have a feeling that they know a lot more than they're prepared to tell me. I need to gain their trust and see if I can't get them to open up a bit. I'm sure I'll make more progress if I focus on one of them at a time. I'm optimistic that one-to-one sharing will prove fruitful. It's a small glimmer of hope. Tonight, I'm not fit for anything. I can barely even write in my journal before I fall asleep. The first morning of waking up on the island. I'm so excited to discover what the day will bring. Should I jump straight up into lab research? Or maybe it'll be wise to start investigating the way to help the cats, or to find a cure for myself. Perhaps a good starting point would be to get to know the cats a little better on a one-to-one basis? Maybe on a perfect date? Disco cat. Achievement unlocked. New job. What should I do today? Romance, rest, recon. Ooh, okay. Recon loses a heart. Research loses a heart. Romance. So everything loses a heart. So I can do multiple things in a day. Let's do a bit of romance. We'll go on a proper date. So we can go date Snooty Booty, or we can go on a date with McMurphy. Let's go with McMurphy. Cara, wake up. Huh? Mommy, is that you? Shh. Quiet, Cara. Come with me. We have something to show you. But, oh, you'll have to be quiet. McMurphy? Yes, it's me. It's the middle of the night. Ah, Cara, you're not scared, are you? Why would I be scared? Creeping around in the forest in the middle of the night. Don't worry, Cara. I'll be there to protect you. But Murphy, you know very well there's a force field around this island stopping anything from the outside getting in. It's a pretty safe place. Why would a cat, an Irish cat nonetheless, know that there's a force field around the island? Why would a cat know that there's a force field? Indeed. So the only things you'll have to worry about are the things that are not already here. He leers at me with a mock snarl. Why did the music just change? Seriously, Murph. If you're the worst threat here, then this is the safest place on Earth. So come on, Cara. What are you waiting for? I followed the scratty cat into the forest. The ground is wet and muddy. I lose my footing a couple of times, but Murphy is too determined to notice. Suddenly, he stops dead in his tracks. Here we are. Where's here, McMurphy? He ignores my question and starts digging into some mud and leaves on the ground. Almost got it. Would use a hand, Cara, if you don't mind. Get these leaves out of the way. That's it. Here we are. Okay. We keep digging until there's a fairly deep hole in the ground. My arms and nightclothes are covered in mud and leaves, and McMurphy looks like a bog monster in the darkness. Ta-da! Ta-da? Can't you see it, Cara? I'm not sure what I'm looking at. I always forget your useless human eyes in the dark. Just reach into the hole and take out whatever you find. I reluctantly reach into the burrow and feel something hard and cold against my hand. I wrap my fingers around it and pull it out. I know the shape, but my eyes can hardly process it. It's a giant cucumber. It's a bottle? That's right, Cara. This is my secret stash. No one knows about it. Not a soul. But I thought I'd share it with you. Thought we could have a kinda welcome to the island party for two. Secret stash? Is this booze? Murphy lets out a wild laugh. Oi, 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 oi. That is it, Cara. You drink alcohol? But you're a cat. That can't be good for your body. It's not good for anybody's. But it does wonders for your soul, to be sure. Well, I suppose you're right there, McMurphy. I guess one little nip couldn't hurt. That's the spirit. I try in vain to get some of the mud off me, before giving up and sitting down against a tree. A sodden McMurphy curls up in my lap. It takes a while to uncork the bottle. McMurphy keeps telling me to smash it open, that shards of glass will only add to the flavour, but eventually I succeed in my way. I pour out a little for McMurphy into a leaf, and I self-consciously swig from the bottle, feeling a touch uncivilized. Ach, McMurphy, what in heaven's name is this? No, don't worry about that, Cara. It's not about the taste. It's about the company. I hardly think I'm the type of person you'd usually hang around with. Well, we usually hang around with the cats, and they're not exactly what you call my type. I respond by widening my eyes and take another swig from the bottle. Somehow it tastes less terrible the second time around. I find humans more interesting. They usually have a lot to say. Prison company accepted. McMurphy winks at me with his huge green eyes, and I blush, trying desperately not to show how boring I feel compared to him. Don't take it harsh. I'm only joking, Cara. McMurphy, I've been meaning to ask you something for a while now. Anything, Cara. Ask away. I'd love for us to get to know each other a little better. This Cara thing. You know, my name is... The rest of the sentence is drowned out by McMurphy's howls of laughter. You make me laugh, Cara. You really do. I know exactly what your name is, Top Cat. Cara is just a pet name. You know, Cara means your friend, your amigo, your buddy. It's something my mom used... No, it's not my mommy. It's something my mommy used to call me, people. And I guess it just stuck. It's one of those few things I remember about her, actually. That, and her beautiful smile. Hey, flash me your pearly whites. I smile at McMurphy, awkwardly. He bursts into fits of laughter again. That's a lovely smile, to be sure. But you need to grow into it yet. Can I have a top up over here? I don't know if I feel comfortable giving you more alcohol, McMurphy. I think you've had more than enough, in fact. I don't even want to give you any in the first place. I didn't want to give you any in the first place. Did you not know that cats have 9 lives? And you want to waste them all on booze? Yeah, why not? Besides, the night's still young, and we only just begun our conversation. Come on, Cara. We've got a lot of chain wagging to do yet. Are you gonna pour or not? You can take it. Cheers. Part of me thinks I ought to be a responsible human here and cut you off at your alcohol supply, but I believe in a true democracy. Would you care to expand on that? And perhaps pour the drinks as you do? The true democratic principle that none shall have the power over the people. Cats. Whatever. How inspirational. I'll toast to that. Alright, McMurphy. But on your head be it. For the rejection of authority comes the responsibility for bearing the consequences of your actions. I pour some more of the suspect liquor into McMurphy's soggy leaf. Salante! I don't know how things work in cat protocol, but in human terms, you are very mature. No, wait, very grown up. Adult. Oh, fiddlesticks. You're over a certain age, and as such, can take responsibility for your own choices. I like it. Spoken like a true libertine. Well, I wouldn't go that far, but I can shake my tail whenever I feel the vibe. I can't believe I just said that, but the stuff is stronger than it looks. My proverbial hat is off to you. I feel disproportionately pleased that Murph has paid me a compliment. Say, Cara, you ever been in love? Murphy, that second leaf has gone straight to your head. It's a bit much for the first date. Cat smiles shyly. Slyly. I'm gonna take that as a yes. Are you still with them? Well, I was never technically with them to begin with. Whoosh! Well, it's definitely there, lass. Oh, I don't think so, Murphy. We never actually met. Ah! You're not saying you're one of those, internet stalker types, are you? Them catfish. That kibbles tails... Them catfish that kibbles tells tales of is a horrible thing to have to say. That catfish that kibbles tells tales of... I'm just gonna say it normally. Them catfish that kibbles tells tales of. No, McMurphy. Jeez, gosh. It was Bowie, okay? I was in love with David Bowie, you know? But Murphy frowns and shakes his furry head. See those eyes so green, I could sail for them for 1,000 years, you know? Ah, that's a charming song. But I'm afraid I have no idea what's going on anymore. Oh, come on, McMurphy. Everybody knows who David Bowie is. Red hair, lots of makeup, one blue eye, one brown eye. Well, I did know one sweet soul with a blue and a brown eye. But I can assure you, they wouldn't be caught dead in makeup. But Buffy snores. Well, what about you, McMurphy? What about... The Irish accent is actually brushing up on Top Cat here. Well, what about you, McMurphy? Who's the love in your life? Don't have one, Cara. Never have, never will. I'm a lone wolf. I'm a free agent. I'm a big old yeti out in the mountains, all hairy and smelly and alone. For some reason, I find that very hard to believe, Mr. McMurphy. Fine, you're right. I'm a fool. I'm a lovesick fool. I've had my heart broken more than once, Cara, and each time hurt more than the last, I tell you. The thing is, though, Cara, I can't remember a thing about any of them. Any of what? I don't know. What were you talking about? David Bowie? Oh, that's right. So tell me how the two of you met. McMurphy, I think I'm drunk. What the hell have we been drinking? Oh, leave me alone. We haven't touched a drop. Ugh, I think I'm gonna vom. I wake up in the forest with a half-empty bottle in my hand, and McMurphy is nowhere to be seen. How the hell did I get here? I can't remember a thing. Have a look at my catalogue. What was that really the time? Crikey, I need to get to work. Spent the night with the cat. Oof. Antidote at 1.4%. Okay, so I guess today is going to be research. Ooh, research 16, 5 or 12. Let's go 5. Time to round up some rowdy kitties. A slow day today. I've only got to organise a few samples from previous field trips. Today I'm off on a field trip of sorts with the professor. I can't wait to see what he's planning to show me. Let's round up some rowdy kitties. It's a sunny afternoon. Most of the cats are lazing on the beach. Purrfect. Purrfect. Like shooting fish in a barrel. I double check my supply list. Crate, treats, sedatives, snare, catnip, antiseptic cream for my health. I got everything. I have a sick feeling in my tummy, but I ignore it as best as I can. This is going to be a challenge. I'm pleased the professor is trusting me with more physical tasks. I walk out onto the beach, feeling like the child catcher. I keep reminding myself that I'm doing this for the greater good, even if it makes me unpopular with the cats. I set up the crate in an unsuspecting location and keep the snare hidden up behind my back. At first I stroll around, trying to look as casual as possible, whistling a tune as I walk. I get close to one of the smaller cats. I start to stroke her. I want this to be as painless as possible. The cat responds well to me. She starts to purr gently. Are you going to come with me? The cat looks at me with a big, wide, loving eyes. Come on then. I pick up the cat, carry her to the crate, and place her gently inside. I lock it shut, even though the cat makes no attempt to escape. Well, that went better than I expected. This may be a good day after all. Emboldened by my success, I approach one of the slightly larger cats. Hey, matey! Should we get you in the basket? I give him a little stroke. He doesn't respond badly, although he doesn't seem to be particularly interested either. I put my hands either side of his body, ready to pick him up. He doesn't look happy about it, and growls a warning at me. Hey, mister. It's gonna be okay. We're just going on a little trip, alright? As soon as I start to lift, all hell breaks loose. Yowling and hissing, he scratches my arms to ribbons. I try to get him into the basket, but he stretches out, and I can't get him in. Oh, ow, oh no. I know when I'm defeated, and I have let him go. He scampers off into the distance. I look down at my ravaged arms. Note to self, wear long sleeves when on caging duty. Let's go cat. Well, that was a pretty easy day. I guess we'll do a bit of recon as well. Recon 10 or recon 4? The security guard I met when I arrived might be a good lead. Time for a bit of interrogation work. Strange message in the middle of the night. Doesn't anyone on this island sleep? Let's try this one. I hear my catalogue beeping. I presume it's the professor. I tumble out of bed, half asleep, and fumble around looking for the device. I look at the screen. My eyes are struggling to focus. The message isn't from the professor at all. There's no contact information. Unknown number. Come outside. Who is this? Come outside. They obviously aren't going to respond to my question. Should I do as the message tells me? Yes, let's go outside. My curiosity is roused. I have a feeling there is something important for me to learn from this stranger, so I throw on my clothes and crawl outside my tent. I don't see anything out of the ordinary. Anyone out here? My catalogue beeps again. Walk to the edge of the forest. Me, I'm not going any further until you tell me who you are. Walk to the edge of the forest. No. Walk to the edge of the forest. Walk to the edge of the forest. Walk to the edge of the forest. Stop it! By now, I realize I have walked to the edge of the forest. At the edge of the forest, I see something on the ground. As I get closer, it becomes clear that there's a small posy of flowers. I gingerly pick them up and notice that several of the flower heads are missing. My catalogue beeps again. Follow the petal. And that's when I see a trail of little orange petals, the same color as the bouquet I'm holding. Well, I've come this far, no turning back now. I begin to walk. I'm nervous, so I call out. Hello? No answer. Louder this time. Hello? Oh, hello? Hello? Who's that? Who goes there? Major, is that you, Floofy Bird? I really wish you wouldn't call me that, human. What on earth do you think you're playing at? Cavorting around the forest in the dead of night, causing a ruckus. Oh, Major, you don't know how pleased I am to see you. I need your help. And this can wait until a civilized hour? I'm afraid it can't. I'm not the one investigating this. I've been getting messages from an anonymous source asking me to follow them into the forest. Look, they've left us a trail. Ah. Calendula maritima. Marigolds. Herb of the sun. They're said to represent creativity, although some believe them to be symbols of cruelty and grief. So is this going to be Marigold the woman? Your knowledge is always so impressive, but I have to say on this occasion, it's not very comforting. Floofy Butt goes striding off with purpose. Come along then, Top Cat. Are we going to follow this trail or not? I shuffled awkwardly behind him. Before the sun comes up here, we continue on for a short while and notice the petals are getting more sparse. It's becoming more difficult to see them, until eventually they seem to run out, and we find ourselves at a small clearing. Well, it appears somebody has been playing a joke on you, Top Cat. I sadly agree. This has been nothing but a wild goose chase. Seems so, Major. I'm sorry for dragging you out into this. Let's get back to our beds before we waste any more precious snooze time on this fool. I turn to Floofy Butt. I notice that his back is arched and his fur is puffed up, making him like even more floofy than usual. Something wrong, Major? You tell me, human. Does that pile of rocks look suspicious to you? Amongst the myriad rock piles, I notice a small, contrived-looking cairn. Floofy Butt's right. It looks far from natural. It looks to me like it's asking to be inspected, Major. Well, get to it, lad. Top Cat, you're the one with the thumbs. They begin to dismantle the small mound rock by rock. It's not until the foundation stone is removed that we find a manila envelope. Major, look! It's a letter! Looks rather large for a letter, my dear. I think you ought to open it. Here or back at the base? Having got you this far, I think it's only fair that we have an equal share of the spoils. Spoils? Yes, perhaps we should look right now, Major. As I'm speaking, I've torn into the envelope. Well, out with it, old chap. Looks like drawings? What sort of drawings? I'm not sure. They look quite old. Antique, even. But do they have value, human? Probably to someone. They appear to be sketches of people here on the island, but I don't recognize anyone. Why would someone lead me to these? By the way, sorry my fan keeps kicking in. I keep meaning to turn my fan profile down to the lowest. It stops kicking in, so I do apologize if my mic picks that up. Why would someone lead me to these? How do you know you were meant to find them? Because we followed a trail and it led us here. Actually, the trail ended a while back. This could be a mere coincidence. I hardly see the intrigue in a few old scribbles. They show no artistic flair at all. And so, I'm going to hang these to see if they prove relevant to whatever mystery is unfolding here on the island. Fluffybutt rolls his eyes. You really ought to focus more on the clues that matter instead of running around in the middle of the night on a wild goose chases. Let's head back before anybody discovers that you're missing. I roll the drawings up and tuck them into my waistband. I will study them when I have more time. I think Fluffybutt is probably right. I don't want to miss a trick. Get some rest now, Topcat. Finally, a sensible suggestion. I head after Fluffybutt, struggling to keep up. I really need some sleep. Disco Cat. Okay, so I've got everything I've done now once, so I'm not going to kill myself. Look at that, like Nyan Cat. It's like a super colourful. I've just noticed I've got a series of posters up behind here, which is also really cool. I am going to end this first video here. I am no doubt going to continue with this. I will do additional recordings that I will put out over some point in time. But I thought at least get the first one done for Valentine's Day. So I've been on one date, I've done one lot of research, one romance, and one lot of recon. So we get to see a little bit about this game. You can see from here there's not a huge amount that's going to need to be doing, but there is a lot of talking. As you can probably tell, I've been talking this entire time, and, you know, as I say, we can see what's left to do. But for now, it's close to New Year's. Hopefully I'll be able to get this video rendered and lined up for Valentine's Day. For those of you that celebrate Valentine's Day, I'll be honest, I generally don't. For the simple reason that I think, you know, if you care about someone, you don't really have to wait till Valentine's Day to tell them that you do. But hey, you know, society and all that, traditions, whatever. For those of you that have got someone on Valentine's Day, I hope you have a wonderful time with them, and I wish you all the best. For those of you that don't, I hope, like me, you find something fun to do for the day. Whatever it is, I hope you enjoy it. Play some games, enjoy yourself, go out, watch a funny movie, eat some ice cream, enjoy life. There's nothing wrong with being on your own. It's still good fun. You can have your fun all on your own. You're here watching my video, so at least thank you for that. And until the next video, ladies and gentlemen, I wish you all the best. Take care. Bye-bye.